Welcome to the next episode of Water Park Rangers Let's Play Wind Waker. Last episode, we arrived here at Windfall Island to discover a lot of weird plot stuff going on. Basically, what happened was the pirates needed to come here to Windfall Island to get some bombs. They needed these bombs because at Outside Island, they needed to chase Jaboon, who sealed himself inside of a cave that they could only blast open with bombs. The reason they're looking for Jaboon is because he has a treasure with him. Unfortunately, that treasure is the same treasure that we're looking for, so we're going to have to somehow get the bombs from the pirates and get to Jaboon before they can. The only key that we have to perhaps obtaining the bombs is a password that we got from listening in on a conversation between the two of the pirates, which is Chummily. Now, in my opinion, Chummily is the dumbest password ever that you can possibly get from them, because you can actually get several different passwords, depending on... I think it's a random generator that happens before you enter that cutscene. Some of the other things you can get, I think, are barnacles, plankton, and treasure. And they're all usually a pun of some sort. The only really cool one is treasure. But the reason for that, I guess, is all just personal preference. Anyway, all that's kind of getting thrown to the side for now because we're handling side quests. What we're doing right now is giving the Forest Firefly to Lenzo, which we obtained in the Forest Haven. Now, you will only get the reward from him if you did his photography side quest back when we were first at Windfall Island. Now, you can do that at any point, but it's better if you do that earlier. That way you can get this item quite early once you have the Forest Firefly, and you can give it to him. Basically, what he does is he takes the Forest Firefly, puts it in your picto box, and you get the Deluxe picto box, which basically just lets you take color pictures instead of black and white. That's all good. It's actually used for a much larger side quest, although it just seems insignificant at first. Because I think that most people will not react to pictures that you show them unless they're in color, if I'm not mistaken. I might be. I'm not sure about everything in this game. But anyway, up here on the back of the windmill, there is another side quest that we've got to start. First step to it is you basically need to use the Wind's Requiem and make sure the wind is blowing north, so that the wind will blow straight to the windmill's face, so to speak. You'll be able to see it better once we set it on the compass. It'll be a little bit more obvious. There we go. And now the next thing to do is step onto the switch. That force switch right ahead. Once you do that, because the wind's blowing in the correct direction, it'll start the gears cranking or whatever, and the thing will start spinning around. Basically like a large-scale version of a pinwheel. From here, there is another side quest, which is not so much a quest as just something that I want to get done. Yeah, what exactly defines the side quest? Because this is going to be really brief. Remember how back in the Forbidden Woods, we were fighting so many green choo-choos and getting all their jelly? Well, this is finally where you get to put all that to good use. This guy in here makes potions from choo-choo jelly. If you give him red choo-choo jelly, because he already has made a potion of it, I think he'll just give you some money. But if you give him 20 or more globs of green choo jelly, he will be able to make a green potion for us. And we even get a cool cutscene for it. However, if you don't have exactly 20 or more, he won't be able to do it. He'll say, oh, I don't have inspiration. And also, why does he just use, like, glasses made of leaves? That seems very ineffective. Especially when you're working with potentially flammable chemicals. That was pretty amazing. So yeah, we're gonna actually get some green jelly now, absolutely free. I mean, a green potion made out of that jelly, because we made it ourselves, and didn't have to pay him for it. Green potion is actually less expensive than red potion, so I guess you can be a little bit less sparing with your magic from this point onwards, now that you can just get green potion from him. It's very cheap. I think it's only like 10 rupees, actually, per bottle. Before you leave here, you might as well roll into the walls to knock down rupees. I've been playing A Link to the Past recently, for the first time, and while I say, like, potions in this game, well, some of them can be more expensive, like, red ones, okay, maybe they're 30, maybe 50 rupees, I forget, probably a little more like 30, and that refills all your hearts. Now, in A Link to the Past, you know how many rupees it cost us to buy one red potion? 150! It's completely insane. So don't complain about money troubles in this game. It was much worse back in the day. Anyway, from here, we're not gonna talk to you. We don't care about you anymore. Even though you're still kind of an awesome character, and I'm sorry for saying that to you. It's that we need to go to the Ferris wheel, now that we started turning it around. Now, Ferris wheel, you might be wondering, but didn't you just call it a windmill earlier? Well, technically, according to this random guy there, I'm not even kidding, this is a Ferris wheel. Oh, come on! I guess we... He stopped us from getting to the chair on time. Now we have to wait for the next one. Because, yeah, it actually has these little seats, so it is a Ferris wheel. But people commonly refer to it as a windmill because the village that appears frequently throughout the Zelda games, Kakariko Village, is well known in Ocarina of Time for having a windmill. Another thing that's probably worth noting is that the music here, well, it doesn't play at night, but during the day is a more upbeat version of the Kakariko Village theme from the Zelda series. Anyway, from here, you can see the pirate ship and the lighthouse, but they're not quite going to come into play quite yet. The lighthouse, of course, is going to wait for quite a while. From here, focus on the tower that is right in front of us that has just appeared. There is a secret ledge on it with a secret door that you can only access from by jumping from here on the Ferris wheel. Like so. If you jump too far, you might hit the mossy roof and slip off, and then have to do it all over again. But yeah, that's how that's done. Not really that bad. I had the Deku Leaf out just in case, to break our fall in case I missed, but turned out I was more skilled than I expected. So where are we exactly? Well, Danny, we are in Lenzo's office, and we are just getting money from the treasure chest here, and the other one actually has a treasure chart. Now this is, of course, a room that you can only access from that secret door. You can't get through, but you can only see it through this little weird gate wall fence thing that might be Japanese? I'm not sure. Anyway, it's a very interesting design. Almost seems a little bit Victorian. But anyway, as we go through here, we're going to stumble across Lenzo in a sequence that you can only access if you go through the secret door here. Now, in hindsight, I probably should have thought about maybe not giving him the Forest Firefly at that point. Because you have to take a color picture of him here. And the funny thing is, you can actually just give him the Firefly at this moment, even though he says, like, oh, you surprised me and gave me a heart attack, and he'll still give you the DX Pixel Box. So if you want to save times and trips during the side quest, I guess you could technically do both the Forest Firefly and the pictograph in one go here, but I hadn't thought of that in advance, so sorry for wasting a little bit of extra time. That probably doesn't really matter, because most people don't do it that way anyway. Me included. I should say myself included. I was never the best at grammar. Don't judge me! Anyway, from here we are going to make our way to the pirate ship and give the password Chummily to get inside. It's always a bad pun that lets you in. And pretty much after that we'll end the episode. How do you treat a shark? Chummily, get it? 'Cause chum, like a friend, but also like that stuff made out of dead fish that you give to sharks. It's actually not that bad of a pun, all things considered, because I've had some pretty bad ones myself. Anyway, we're going in here. See you next episode.